How does today's Blockbuster trade in baseball affect the Mariners? Let's explain. In case you missed it, there was a pretty unique trade that went down today. Marcus Semien got dealt to the Mets, Brandon Nimmo's going back to the Rangers, and what's a pretty rare big leaguer for big leaguer trade. You don't see those that often anymore. Now, Semien obviously wasn't the same player offensively the last 2 seasons that he's been a lot of his career, but looking at Brandon Nimmo and what he could do for the Rangers, look, he's still an above-average bat who draws his walks and will hit 20 homers, but he's about to be 33, he's owed a lot of money, I think his best years are behind him, and he's not the defender he once was. That was part of what gave Nimmo a lot of his value throughout the years, is he was a great defender, especially in center field, along with the ability to walk and have good bat-to-ball skills and hit for a little bit of pop, but again, when the defense starts to deteriorate, which it has, and a lot of that has to do with the injuries he's endured, he's just not going to put up the same level of value. So look, the Rangers' outfield as a whole is now better because aside from Wyatt Langford last year, they did not have that second guy. Now you have Langford, Carter, Nimmo, presumably from left to right, unless they move Langford to right field, which gives them a better outfield. But should this strike Mariners fans with some fear about the 2026 Texas Rangers? No. I can tell you what, the Rangers are not overtaking the Mariners in this division because of Brandon Nimmo. Not to mention that they've openly basically talked about they're trying to shed payroll this offseason, which is another thing that makes this deal really weird. This isn't really shedding all that much payroll. In fact, in a couple years, they have to take on way more money because Nimmo's got more time on his contract than Semien. So again, I don't really know exactly what the Rangers are doing here. I guess they're getting an offensive upgrade to some extent if they really think Semien isn't going to bounce back. But this certainly doesn't scream rebuild for them, and taking Marcus Semien off your roster, who was still a valuable player for his defense last year, doesn't really scream that they're shooting back to being ultra competitive either. Maybe they'll make more moves, but this just alone, yeah, I don't think this is doing all that much to move the needle for the Rangers, personally. Do you guys have thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments below.